What are the movies, Khalil? Are there any movies with a great character where you just can't go past it if you see it on TV, right? You just like, so for me, like,
Yeah.
I love the movie Rudy. Have you ever seen
Yep.
about the kid?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
The Natural with Robert Redford, that character,
Mm,
flawed character, but great character.
yes.
Forrest Gump, oh my God. I've seen it 50 times, but it's because every time
Forrest Gump's one of the best movies ever.
I agree. Um, I don't know why I saw a golf movie the other day, but when I was thinking about this conversation, I thought about the legend of Bagger Vance, right? Which was just another great,
So good.
yeah. So if we have an opportunity to create our own storyline and become characters that are more than our jobs, right? Because by the way, why are we talking about this? I think if we each take a minute and pause and think about what that would be like and what it would take, and then we actually begin to be more of that or show more of that, how much better would your company be, right? Or your
Yeah.
the community of professionals who's in your orbit. Um, yeah,
Yeah. I think you have to have a narrative. There's a narrative regardless, but you have to be intentional about the narrative.
yeah.
And when you put yourself into that mindset of like, I'm in the middle of a story, there's a great, like, how would you act if what decisions would you make? How would you act if there was a documentary crew following you around every day and they were going to share your story on Netflix or whatever? Like, what are the decisions you would make? How would you treat other people? How would you act? Would you take more risk? Would you do something more, that would create the storyline?
That's a great
And
question.
I think it's a great way to maybe think about your life because there is a story that's happening. And if you're not intentional about it, it looks like you just with your head down every day, scrolling your phone and just doing the bare minimum and whatever it is. And that's not exciting. It's not worthwhile. It's not something that you're excited to share with people. But
Yeah,
live a life and be intentional about the story of your life in a way that it's worth telling, it's worth sharing.
it is. So again, this is just my opinion. I think I know a lot of wonderful professional people that it would be easy to write their obituaries from a professional standpoint. I think the real opportunity for those of us that are interesting people is lean into contributing more than just what the day job or the job description is. Um, Whatever that unique thing that's you, if you're Donna, if you're chefy, it's cooking and bringing joy to people that way. Um, if you're if you're funny and a high energy person, the way you move through the office and say good morning to people every day. There's people I can still picture. There's a man, if he's listening, John Zippe, right? He's with a company called On Location Labor Management. John and I worked together for 10 years at my company. John was just canned energy. I've often described him as he's like a gerbil on Red Bull, right? He's got a great heart. He's a can-do, will-do guy, wildly capable operations executive, and he's servicing customers and setting records with the accounts he takes care of because who doesn't want to work with John? So, yeah, I think. And by the way, also giving back in uh, advocacy and other industry functions. His wife is cut from the same mold. She's on our board of directors at EDPA and one of the top designers that I've ever seen and worked with. So
Hmm.
just great. Um, but I think the really interesting obituaries will be the ones where we get to see more of you than just what your professional bona fides are, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
I think that's what sticks with people. And honestly, Chris, I think that's something that you've been great at. I think everybody in the industry would say that,
I,
that you've
I
been
appreciate you saying that.
remarkable, that you have made a difference, that you've done things that matter for this industry, not just as of late, but your entire career. And even someone that's even kind of outside the industry can see the impact that you've had, and to hear it from others is really special.
I'm
So
sure
thanks for all of your years
I
of
appreciate you
service.
saying that. I'm sure I'm botching this, but some expression in the line of, you know, for those who have received much, who have been given much, great things are also expected. So why, I've supported my family,
Yeah.
put kids through school, created a nice life for
Yeah.
my coworkers, my colleagues, as well as my family. So um, you do, yeah. What I think the right thing to do is you give back in the ways that make sense to you, and that's not,
Yeah.
everybody has to figure out what that is for them. But yeah, so this is what we do, right?